Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Bibi here. So today I'm going to be talking about my journey, how I started Lady Biba. Today I'm going to be sharing with you things that a lot of people do not know, including the big mistakes that I made and basically my growing pains. So sit back, get comfortable, it's story time. So it actually started in summer. I went to a fashion school and I did sewing lessons, and so in my excitement, I've been learning for about 3 months. I decided to sew a garment and I made this dress. That was the very first dress that I ever made, called the lady dress, and I put it up on my then it was BBM, Blackberry Messenger. I put it up on my BBM display picture with the watermark Lady Biba. So people started to message me, it was like, oh my god, everyone kept on asking, oh my god, I really love this, how can I get this dress, how can I get this dress, how can I get this dress? And this was me. I was just learning how to sew in that period. If you even looked at the garment closely, you'd see that it wasn't really properly finished because I was still learning how to sew. But me, as a business woman, I saw a potential market. So what I did was I contracted my childhood tailor that used to make our uniforms and schoolwear and stuff like that. I contracted him. I paid him 20k, and I was like, I want 40 outfits. Yeah, I want 40 outfits for this 20k. So I put him in our dining table with the machine that my auntie gave me to learn how to sew. And that's really how I started. So bear in mind that at this point, it wasn't like a serious business. This was just me just testing the market, and I called this collection a sample collection. So I made maybe 1 or 2, 3 units of each style, and all the pieces were under 5,000 naira. And I remember I created a Facebook event. I invited all my Facebook friends and family to partake in this event, and so there was a countdown leading up to the event. It was exciting for me and also for my friends and family because they had never seen me pursue fashion actively. So a lot of people were actually excited with me. I got a friend to wear the clothes. I got another friend to take the pictures. It was such an exciting time for me. And the beauty about it is that others came through, people bought. I was so happy. I remember making my labels then, cheap satin labels that I had another tailor, the tailor that used to make ashwebi for my mom. I asked him about labels. He said, oh, he knew some people in Lagos Island that could do satin labels. So he did it. It was quite tacky, to be honest, but it was okay for a start. It was okay. So those were the labels that were on the garment. I had fancy nylons that I packed the clothes in, and I delivered each item to every single customer myself. I mean, it was such a beautiful experience for me. I was still in school, so I couldn't pursue this actively. So I went back to school just dreaming that, oh my god, this is actually a thing that I can do. So after school, I was ready. I was excited. Okay, let's do this thing. My mom gave me about 200k, and this time I was supposed to be looking for school for my master's. This wasn't a full-time thing. This was just me using the time, the little time I had before my master's, to just do something productive. So I bought, so she gave me 200k. I remember I bought a sewing machine, a professional sewing machine. It was 40k. I remember now it's about ×2 price or something. Yeah, or back then it was 40k. I remember clearly. I bought that. I got a tailor, a Ghanaian tailor. I think his salary was 50k or 40k. One of the two, I can't remember. And he was on target to produce a certain amount of pieces. Anyways, I was flossing with my 200k. Then I bought fabrics, I bought like a weaving machine, I bought the manual type, not the industrial type. That type was about 13k then. So I bought that one. I bought scissors, I made a table, a cutting table, and I did my makeshift tailoring studio. This was in my house. So bear in mind, I was sneaking to do these things because my dad wasn't in support of me doing fashion. Like, I was like, what do you want to even hear? So I was just sneaking to do all these things, doing it one by one. So I created a collection, and one of the biggest challenges that I had was, first of all, expertise. So this guy will make some styles really well, and some styles like a blazer, for instance, will just be wonky. And then I put him on a target of like 2 pieces per day. I found that some pieces took like 3 days, like the blazer. Oh my god, it was so stressful for me, like, because I was just wondering, when will this collection come out? I was very anxious because I had to release the collection to at least get money back, because it was ready to wear. Money wasn't coming in at this point, and I was spending money. I was almost out of my 200k. Anyways, I create this collection that I thought that people would like. It was a collection of like flared skirts, like silk tops, like just easy flowy stuff. Like I was designing basically for like summer. It was called the Rich Summer Collection, and it had like a lot of print and a lot of color. So anyways, I do the collection, I send my press release out, it goes on blogs, and I'm just like folding my arms like, okay, let the others come in now. And I'm just there like, no orders. I'm like, wait, what? How? I did this with Facebook, and that was just my family and friends. Why are people not buying? Why are people not buying? And there was no reaction, basically. Like, there was no comment, there was nothing. It was so confusing for me. So I was doing exhibitions like Le Petit Marché. I don't know if some of you may know it, some of you may not. Le Petit Marché was the place to sell at that point. So I would pay transportation, everything. See, at this point, I was running through my savings. I'd finished spending the 200k. I was now running through my own personal savings. And I'll do these events and maybe sell like 2-3 items. I was barely breaking even. Like, I don't know how I even survived that period. So I just kept on. At this point, I had not officially launched. This was, I think, in 2012. Then in 2013, I officially registered my business, and I just kept on using my personal savings, and I just kept on pushing. I was using social media. I was using Facebook, I was using Instagram. Was Instagram out by then? I'm not sure, but I was using all these social media apps. I was using Tumblr as well to push. And little by little, others kept coming in. They were coming like in trickles, like one like every few days. So I was selling as the money was coming in. I was gathering money to pay tailor as money was coming in. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have to buy diesel or petrol, because I was working from home. You know, I wasn't really like thinking long term. I was just doing things and taking it as, you know, as it went. So I finally was able to sell off a number of pieces, and I was able to create a second. Okay, I'd taken some bridesmaids, I think. I'd taken some custom just to make sure that money was coming in. So I'd taken some custom clients then, so I had a little bit of money, so I did another collection again. So this collection was a stronger collection. This was a collection that actually had the aesthetic, like my structural aesthetic. I was no longer designing based on what I thought people would like. I was designing based on what was my, say, expertise now. So it was a structured collection. and it was called Structured Elegance. And I remember I was so proud of that collection. I thought I did such a great job, even with the photography and with I got a makeup artist. Okay, I did that in the previous shoot too, but I just felt that this was a stronger collection. So something happened the day before the shoot. The pieces were not ready. Some of the pieces were not ready, and the hemlines hadn't been done. So in the bid to just meet up with time, I was just like, you know what, leave the hemlines, would like pin it or something. That was the beginning of my error. So we pinned the hemlines, and I just felt Photoshop, everything, it will work out. Anyways, I don't know what happened. I don't know whether I wasn't specific with the photographer. I don't know. It just came out looking like horrible. And this is me. You know what? We've done this shoot. There's nothing I can do. We'll post it like that, hoping people don't notice. The next day, when it came up from Bella Ninja, oh my god. Oh my god, people came for the jugular. Tacky. Oh, when I saw tacky, I wanted to faint. Like, the worst word for me in this life is tacky. You say my clothes are tacky, oh my god. That was it. And I was just looking at the comments of this. Like, there were a few couple, oh, but the finishing is horrible, it's poor. I'll put it on the screen so that you can actually see what people wrote. It's still there. Like, if you go on bellaniger.com today and search for Structured Elegance Collection by Lady Biba, you'll still see the comments there. Like, they're there live and direct. But you know what? I'm so grateful for those comments, because those comments were a wake-up call for me to never ever compromise on finishing. We've had issues with finishing here and there, but I've been anal about finishing since that day, because the things that never just gloss over things. You have to be detail oriented. So that experience taught me that you have to be detail oriented. So how did I now like fully go into Lady Biba full time? I think looking for schools, I just at some point I stopped applying for schools to do my masters, and like I got like my dad was on me for such a long time, like, why won't you go and do your masters? Because you know, parents want it's you know, and for some reason I didn't have this understanding then. I just thought they wanted to control me. But now I look back and I see that a lot of African parents, the reason why they want you to do traditional job roles is because they want you to succeed. They know where they're coming from, and they don't want you to suffer. They don't want you to face the things that they faced in their coming up. So they want you to do traditional job roles that at least they can tell that you would make like a source of income. But I'll tell you that over time, my parents, I can't even say they did not support me, because in as much as I was sneaking and doing these things, my dad knew, and my mom was the one that gave me my first like seed money to start. So I can never ever say that they did not support me, but they didn't like that I was going via that journey. But I'm so glad that I went through the path that I went through, because if not, I would never have started Lady Biba. So I don't know, you're out there, you're wondering, it gets really tough. Like, it gets really tough, and I think I've become comfortable, not really comfortable, but I've just made up my mind that challenges are always going to come. As a fashion entrepreneur, challenges are always going to come, or you just have to have grit. To me, just persist, keep on that path, and keep learning, be teachable. I think that's the whole, for my experience starting my brand up until now, I feel like one thing that has gotten me this far is the fact that I love feedback. You need to be able to filter feedback though, but it's important to at least know what your customers, the people that you're addressing, you know what they think about your brand, know what they're saying, know how it fits, know how it feels, makes them feel. You know, these are the things that are important to you, are important to people as a brand owner. So these are the things that are important as a brand owner. I hope you enjoyed my story time. I hope you learned a couple lessons. So much has happened that I didn't go in detail. I can't say everything because this video will be like super long. The main point that you should take from this story is mistakes will happen. Be willing to adjust. Be teachable. Be original. Stay true to yourself. Take time to learn what your aesthetic is, what comes naturally to you, and keep at it. People might not respond immediately, but if you're persistent, if you keep churning out good products, if you're consistent, you'll definitely find your niche. You'll definitely find the people that are your customers. Alright, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Bye.